Hey, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's great to see you all here. Hey, listen, let's get started. Where did my YouTube go? It's over here getting ready to get started. There it is. Hey, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Right,
It's great to see you all here. Hey, listen, let's
muted.
Hey, everybody. Good morning. My name is Sean Murphy. I will be your co-host with all of the voices in your head. I'll be the co-host here for the next little bit. This is episode 1344. It is the detailed conversation that we've had the last month on leadership. This is the wrap of 10 months of particular topics of conversation. This program will be released to the public for, imagine having a mentorship program, over 300 hours of content and conversation available to you to help you launch your 2023. So that's the conversation we're having today. Leadership wrap up, learning how to use love leverage for leadership. So that's the conversation today. I guess I need to take this off so that y'all can see me on YouTube, because otherwise I'm just a talking head. So, question for you. How much love was in your last presentation? When you think about building your audience, building your team, building your community, your question then becomes, what does it take for you to have more of what you want and less of what you don't? What is it that you love? What is it that drives your conversations? What is it that you're doing, you're wanting to do to serve people in a way that allows them to have their dreams come true? Are you an instigator? Are you the cure or the cause of their frustration? That's a conversation that leadership mostly deals around. Are you leading to be the cure or the cause? How much of the conversations that you have with people do you wind up driving them into a level of confusion and a level of strategy? When you truly want to grasp the level of leadership that you're looking for, when you truly want to understand what you're capable of, you will learn to lead from state. And when you lead from state, the energy that you want to be in, the energy that you want the world to exist in, the energy that you want your world to exist in, you'll wind up doing things a little bit differently, a lot differently. Good morning, Beamish. So, leadership wrap up. What does it take? Well, first of all, it takes your definite major purpose. Do you have your definite major purpose? Good morning, Miss Tiffany. Good morning. I love your Halloween costumes. If I was any closer, Michelle and I would come for an adult beverage and share that with you. So, first of all, definite major purpose. You want to lead? People got to know where you're going. All too often, people say, well, I just want to help people. Nobody needs help. Nobody needs help. They need leadership. Sorry to be so blunt. Nobody needs help. They need leadership. And when you decide you're going to lead, it'll be one of the more difficult decisions you ever make. You know why? You know why it would be one of the more difficult decisions you ever make? Because you're going to have to lead yourself. Too many people think they're leaders. They're out for a walk. They're not leading anybody. They got 30,000 people, 10,000 people, 6,000 people, 500 followers on their social media. And they tell everybody, I need to get more likes. I need to get more views. No, you need to get people raising their hand. When's leadership is getting people to raise their hand and say, I want to do that. How do you get people to raise their hand? How do you get people to move their conversation so that you can be a solution for them? If you're not solving problems, listen, if you're not solving problems as a leader, you're creating them. If you're giving people new things to think about, if you're giving people new ideas to think about, if you're giving people these abilities to think of things in a new way and then not helping them through the process, you're not being a leader, you're causing chaos. Here's the challenge with learning something new. Imagine if this circle, all of a sudden in this circle, I learned something new and I go, ooh, and a little bump happens on the outside of what I know. Inside is what you know and outside is what you don't know. On the inside of that circle is what you know and what you don't know. If you draw a circle on the page, what you know is on the inside, what you don't know is on the outside. Which one do you think is bigger? What you know or what you don't know? And by the way, that don't know, if you draw a circle on the paper, extends out to infinity, not just the edges of the paper. There is so much you don't know. If you started to learn it, you would become incapacitated. If you really understood what you don't know, what you are not aware of, you would literally crawl into a corner, into the fetal position, and would never move again. There's so much you don't know. There's so much I don't know. This isn't pointing a finger. This is just saying reality. So now in leadership, what you don't know about leadership is the same thing. So now all of a sudden you learn, well, I have to present myself in my body language a little bit differently. Okay, so that circle just gets a little bump on it. It gets like the starting of a pimple on it. And all of a sudden that expansion area of where you now are looking into leadership starts to expand a little bit, and it gets a little bit bigger. And then you learn, okay, so body language, and maybe I have a particular color that goes with my aura a little bit better, and I have a little bit more frequency, and I need to understand my voice and timing, and I need to be a little bit more softer in certain areas. So that bump keeps getting a little bit bigger. Your leadership bump keeps getting a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. And then what happens is now you know more things you don't know. This is why the DIY, the do-it-yourself version of leadership growth fails miserably for people. 98% of the population can't lead themselves in silent prayer. They need to be told what to do. So if you're going to lead, then by God, lead. Pick a topic, pick a vision, pick something and lead. Get out front and do something. Listen, if you've got one eye in the middle of your head, I can find a meeting for you somewhere on a Thursday night at 7:30. Pretty much guarantee you. So next month in November, we're going into leverage. I'm going to teach you about how leverage works, how you can give away your leverage to get it returned to you tenfold. How you can afford people the opportunity to learn how much leverage they've left on the table. I'm going to teach you how people can literally wake up from a power position based upon how they went to bed with their self-talk and what they went to bed with their old story, and how they can wake up in a power position called lucid dreaming. Wait a minute, did you just say lucid dreaming? Yeah, it's the greatest visualization, I guess VR, virtual reality machine on the planet is your ability to lucid dream. Most people say, well, I can't visualize. Well, you do it in your dreams all the time. You just don't know it. Wait a minute. Nobody's ever talked about lucid dreaming for creating leverage and building success. I know. Welcome to my world. So when you decide you're going to lead, draw a line in the sand. Decide you are going to move forward. A lot of people say, well, I'm going to lead, and they never get off their ass. You can't lead from the couch. You just can't. You got to get up, you got to move. You got to be in motion, you got to create emotion. So what's going to be your focus this month? What's going to be your focus for November? What's your target? What's your wish? Some of you that are in network marketing, today's your last day. You got a big push today. Everybody waits till the last day to make it the best day, and I'll be damned if they don't get it done. They come up, they become so creative and so unique and so out of the box thinking, they become leaders. And then they spend the first week of the month and the second week of the month relaxing because they push so hard on the last day. Leadership is 24/7, 365. When you decide you're going to lead, it becomes a part of who you are. You become aware of more things. Leaders are aware of more things. They're not, that doesn't always mean they're good leaders. They just see a lot more stuff that you don't see. They have a lot more solutions than you ever thought possible. And one of the best ways to lead is to lead from your heart. If I ask everybody, who's the most important person in the room? And they all go like this. Who's the most important person in the room? They all go like this. One time I was in one of the islands off of Italy, Sardinia. I was in Sardinia. And we were doing a presentation, and a guru had enrolled his entire organization, enrolled 100 people in a month with a $3,000 or $4,000 package. So as the vice president of sales, and all of a sudden we wound up with $300,000 in volume in business out of the island of Sardinia, where I didn't know where it was on a map. So I fly to Rome, I fly to Sardinia. And I asked the question that I always ask, who's the most important person in the room wanting to build, right? It's being translated into Italian, and it's an amazing conversation. And I sound so awesome in Italian when they're translating it. And they all pointed to that guy. They all pointed to the guru. I about lost my stuff. I didn't know what to do. I'd never had that happen before. So unless you're in a guru's community, you better darn well be pointing to your own heart. And here's the reason that I talk about leadership is that this is the most important person. Mary Kay said, make believe everybody's wearing a button that says, make me feel important. Well, I want to let you know you are important. Right now, in the winter that we're in the winter that's coming, we need leaders. We need leaders. We don't need couch sitters. We don't need social media posters. Those may be avenues you do. Those may be conversations you have, but we need leaders. And if you decide to be a leader, you heard about everybody when the pandemic hit, when the thing 18+1 happened. Because if you say this stuff, it gets pulled off. I had a video on YouTube removed for people learning how to breathe to elevate their autoimmune system simply through breathing, proper breathing, and relax the body. And it was removed, and I fought it, and they said, oh, you're right, it didn't go against community standards. Is your leadership going to make people think you're going against community standards? Are you going to get canceled? Probably. You'll get canceled by the current group you're with. Not by the people who are looking, not by the people who are wanting to be led, not by the people who are asking, can you serve me at a higher level? So that's your leadership conversation today. That's the leadership wrap. What are you going to do today for the rest of the day that's going to put you in your number one position? There's only one who can be number one in your spot, and that's you. Playing somebody else and being a good number two in your capability and your capacity doesn't serve you well. Doesn't serve you well at all. So define what leadership means to you. Define what legacy means to you. And then ask yourself, is your leadership going to get you there? That's my conversation for you today. I hope you have an amazing, fun-filled day of leadership. Get back to work. Those of you in the network marketing world, get back to work. Do everything you can before noon to achieve your goal, because you know how your systems start to slow down and your back office starts to get a little crammed, and you got to reorder, re-enter. See if you can't get your work done before noon today, and start to build not only on the rest of this month to add more to your commission, but start to build and become the leader you need to be for November. And just kick it off. Do in the first week what you did in the whole month of October. Do in the first week in November. Some of you are breaking out in a sweat right now. Do in November, the first week in November, all of the volume you did in October, and watch what happens. Watch how bold and caring and loving your leadership becomes. I'm your head leadership training misfit, Sean Murphy. I'll see y'all where? At the next event. Till then, bye for now. All right, YouTube, love you tons. Appreciate you. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for all the love. And I will see you where? At the next event. Have an amazing end of the month.